Hi, this is John, and I'm going to go on my first moto vlog. I got my bike all set up, my helmet. I have my Easy Pass. All I need is a full tank of gas. I have 2 bars left on my fuel tank. I'm gonna get gas, and I'm gonna take you guys for a cool ride with great scenery. And I'm gonna try to talk about my bike and some other things, and then we're gonna try to do some more moto vlogs. And I hope you guys join me and on this first moto vlog and this first adventure. So stay tuned. Well, here's the 2013 Suzuki 650 Vstrom. It's all hooked up, crash bars, skid plate. The reason why I got the skid plate is for the that fuel filter. I just a bad rock hits it. I don't want it pouring out. And here are the tanks. This is my helmet. This is how I set it up. I put a GoPro mount over here, like that, and a couple of other GoPro mounts. And here's the GoPro Hero 4 with this kind of connection. And there's a lot of wire here. I hooked it up here. I rode a long way, and this stayed on. And my mic is attached like right there, so it's right by my mouth, and it's going to be I think good sound, hopefully. And what I like about this is, if I ever want to hook up another GoPro to this, I can take this GoPro mount and flip it, and I'll have a back view, which is going to be cool. So what I'm doing now is I'm just getting ready. I'm going to put my jacket on. It's a little chilly out. And this is the other side of the bike. These are the storm handguards. I put my Easy Pass right in here. It fits perfect. It's secure, it's snug, and I can easily take it out when I want to. Like if I go and park somewhere, I could just take it right out. No one's gonna steal it. And this is the bike. I mean, it's a pretty decent bike. And we're gonna go for a ride. I have my my heated grips like right here. I think that was a good enough position, because if one day I want to put something on the bar here, I can, a lot easier. And I'm going to get a GPS mount. I'm going to talk about why I don't want to get a phone mount. So here's the heated grips. So I can leave it here. I mean, how often are you going to use these that you actually need them? You could just easily grab that and just fiddle with it. So here's the seat, and let's get riding. Oh, there's David Bowie. Isn't that something like, Hoboken? Like, who planned that? To put a picture of David Bowie. Now, I have nothing against David Bowie. He was crazy like in his younger days. Then I think he got married, he had a family, and he cleaned up his act. He actually started wearing suits from when he was in his younger crazy days. But I mean, like, why would you put a picture of David Bowie? In a way, it's good, and then it's kind of bad, but it's good because it pisses some people off. It doesn't get me mad, because I kind of like David Bowie. So if Hoboken or somebody in that building paid somebody to paint that, and it's not bad. I mean, they did a really good job. I mean, look at the features. Now, I don't know if it's a painting or one of those stickers that they have, like the what do you call them? When they wrap, it's like, now it looks like it's painted, because you can kind of see the outline of the bricks. But I don't know. I mean, we could look it up and see if it was painted or not. Yeah, it looks like it was painted, because you could see, like, on his forehead, some of the paint is peeling off from the rain. Or maybe that's just the way it is to give it detail. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. So like, people are gonna walk by here and see David Bowie like he's some kind of god. David Bowie, he's God. He's your God. And it's rainbow colors. I don't think David Bowie was like that, was he? He had a family. He was actually a nice guy.
you know, if you watch these interviews, very well spoken, very well mannered. I mean, when he had to perform, you know, he put his act on, the Crazy Bowie, and then he straightened out his act, you know, and his music turned out to be very entertaining, and I like it. I mean, I'm a rock and roll guy. You know that. You know that. Rock and roll. Whoa, whoa, what kind of a term was that? Rock and roll, baby. That's how I roll. I rock and roll. Now we're in Hoboken, everybody. Now look at the beautiful buildings in Hoboken. That's a nice building. I like that. That's a nice building. Oh, it got hot now. It's 90 degrees. 90 degrees. 90. Should I say it again? It's 90 degrees. Yep, Hoboken is probably the second most expensive place to live in the tri-state area. I think Manhattan, like going back to Manhattan, is probably the most expensive place to live in the world. I don't think there's any place else in the world that you can spend $150 million on an apartment, or spend $400,000 a month rent living in an apartment. That's only New York City. I don't think in London, Los Angeles, San Francisco, well, forget about Chicago and up there. I mean, those are where else big cities? That's it. I mean, London is the big city. Milan, I don't think there's anything in Milan or Rome that you're going to spend that kind of money. Only in Manhattan. There's nothing in South America. There's nothing in Canada that you're going to anybody would even imagine paying $500,000 a month rent. And that's just the rent. Then you got to pay fees to live there. I mean, there's people paying for like studios $10,000, $20,000 a month. You know, you're talking big money. Brittney Spears, the nice. I wish it was my sister. Bought her brother a $9 million apartment. How about that? Now that's family. $9 million apartment in Manhattan. Now, and everybody says what a bad person she is. She's a great person. She bought her brother a $9 million apartment. I want to see how many performers bought their brothers and sisters $9 million apartments. You know, they must really get along. And yeah, so you figure, and that was years ago, so that apartment's probably worth $15 million now. And it's not even just the apartment, it's the maintenance you have to pay to live there. I mean, some of these maintenances are $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month, you know? So you're talking ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Serious money, serious. You're not talking about, you know, simple money. You're talking about insane money. Like, you know, Hoboken, you could buy stuff in Hoboken for millions of dollars, but not like Manhattan. You know, like 80 million, 100 million for an apartment. You know, houses, forget it. You know, like the cheapest house you could the cheapest house you can buy in Manhattan is probably in Harlem right now. And you're not getting in any one of those houses for less than $2 million. I mean, you're in Harlem. You're in the ghetto of New York, technically. You're in the ghetto, living in the ghetto for $2 million. Living in the ghetto. So anybody who bought into Manhattan back in the day for $1 made out like a fat rat today if they sold now, you know. Yeah, so New York City, everybody. Never wish harm or anything bad on Manhattan, because without Manhattan the world would be in really deep shit. Seriously deep poo-poo. Well, what would happen is all real estate would just collapse. I mean, nothing would be worth anything. See, like, the Queen of England, she might be the largest landowner in the world, but she doesn't own Manhattan. So, you know, her wealth depends on New York City. So does everybody. And New York City is like the capital of the world. You know, no matter how much guys want to, you know, people want to build up their cities. Here's an Uber. Yeah, just let them out right in the middle of the street. You know, no matter how they want to perceive all right. So here we are in Hoboken. Look at the skyline from here. I hope the sound is good, people. Oh, somebody's getting a ticket. Yep, look at the skyline. Real nice. Everybody's out having a good time. I don't see why you wouldn't. There's everything here. Outdoor eating, right on the water. I don't think Manhattan has anything like this on the water where you could actually like sit down and eat. You know? I think they could. I don't think they do. I mean, I've been all over New York City. I grew up in New York City. I'm a Brooklyn boy. And this place is famous, pretty popular, Ainsworth. Indoor outdoor cafe. I gotta start hanging out here. So, I mean, you know, for you to like live in Hoboken, it's perfect. Cause like you could just walk out of your house and you have everything you want. All right, I mean, I could lane split. I could do that. Hey, Suzuki 350. Hey. Uh-oh. Now let's go down here. Chugging along. Uber. Excuse me. All right. You know, can I drive Uber with a motorcycle? You know, see, nobody ever thought of that. We'll pick you up on a bike and take you for the ride of your life. You would go for a ride of your life. We'll get you there. No traffic. We split lanes. We bust them. We bustle you. Uh-oh, it's windy. Look at this view. Damn! Empire State Building. Now that's where King Kong, right? Didn't King Kong climb the Empire State Building? He really did. Now, could he have climbed that building? The one with the top that looks like it fell off? That has no like a diamond top? Could he climb that? He probably would have slid off. But not the Empire State Building. King Kong conquered New York City by climbing the world's tallest building at the time, right? Remember that? Superman leaped tall buildings. Now, if you see that bridge down there, that's the George Washington Bridge. Great bridge. You can ride your bike over that. So if you come to New York City and you plan to, skate park. I don't roller skate. Casey Neistat, skateboarder alert. Oops, somebody hurt their ankle. I gotta scratch my nose. So now we're in Weehawken, I think. Hey, no parking. Casey Neistat alert, skateboard park. Motorcycle. I mean, these buildings aren't bad, but wait until you see the real estate, the buildings in Hoboken. I mean, they are just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. That's why people like living here. That's why people spend money to live in Hoboken. Like in these apartments here, I bet you the rent there is like $4,000 a month. You know, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms. And people live in these buildings because it's beautiful. It's architecture. There's thought into it. I mean, what is that? Is that like French? That rooftop? Because I remember I took architecture. So it's sort of like Frenchy. Well, if you guys know it, leave a comment below. And I think the French design had apartments on the roofs, but it's sort of like a mixture of both. Now look at these apartment houses. Look at this brownstone. Nobody builds houses like this anymore. Nobody. White stone, beautiful brick inlays. I mean, these bricklayers knew what they were doing. Not like today. These bricklayers don't know what they're doing. Nah, I'm only joking, guys. I know everybody works hard. Look at these guys. They're having the time of their life. Taking pictures, drinking a beer. Beautiful brownstones. I mean, look at these steps. Come on. This is Hoboken. Nobody knew that Hoboken was as nice as this. And Hoboken is the home to Stevens University. A very hush-hush place. Not too many people know about.